slipped.
Back in the sec, guys.
And we've lost. We're losing everyone. What is this? The challenge. This is what? Where's we got
what is happening?
Jordan, the Bulls versus Bears. We've got people.
Welcome to Trade Delicious's Bulls vs Bears, where the investing market meets gladiatorial combat in a battle for all bragging rights. Our contestants will be armed with a hefty $100,000 starting capital, leverage 1 to 10, and be given a single electrifying hour to out-trade each other. Their weapon? Real-time market data. Their battlefield? Designated assets via the hosts. But be careful, traders. A maximum drawdown of $5,000 stands as a pitfall you cannot afford to tumble into. And remember, this is a game of wit and skill, of strategy and performance. There will be no copy trading and no EAs allowed. You must stand your own ground. And to our viewers, you are the arena crowd, watching every strategy unfold live, every decision that has consequences, and every moment bringing these traders closer to victory or defeat. This is not just a trading game. This is Bulls vs Bears. This is the thrill of the financial arena right here on Trade Delicious. Let the games begin. Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of Bulls vs Bears. We have another two contenders, two newbies coming through that we haven't seen on this channel before. We've got Kev versus Nabaf. Alex, how are you feeling?
I'm doing amazingly, to be fair. I can't wait to see what's going to happen because I've actually spoken to Kev on Portfolio Analyst. So I'm assuming that Kev is going to put in some work, you know. So Kev, I know Kev's a beast. So let's see what's going to happen.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, guys, we're going to dive into who you are and everything that you do momentarily. But for now, I'm going to start the clock. Your 60 minutes of trading begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
Bam.
You are free to trade. In the meantime, Kev,
20 lots.
I know I can notice, Kev, that you are wearing loud and proud a big New Zealand t-shirt there. Is it an APAC trader we have in the house?
Yep.
Well, thanks so much information.
Apparently, it's very cold over in New Zealand at the moment. So I was laughing at Kev because it is very warm in Israel at the moment. Wow, and Euro is flying.
It's actually
right up on the open.
It's warming up in here now. Must be the heat of the show.
You'll notice it as we get into those final hours, those final minutes. Trust me, the heat really starts to peak. But how long have you been trading for, Kev?
About 10 years.
10 years. Beautiful.
Got a veteran in the house.
Well,
Beautiful.
Yep, on and off. Had success and had many failures. This prop firm thing's been a whole new journey that has really been a mental challenge with the... I'm just not used to trading with such small stop losses and, drawdowns. It's not my style. I'm used to handling 15 losses in a row and then having one that gets it all back and make a profit.
That's the way. So, big drawdowns and big stop losses. That's how we do it.
Yeah, but there was a thing I saw recently and they called it break-even purgatory. And boy, that rang some bells. So all these small stop losses all adding up, just slowly killing me. And it's so much harder to, get it all back when you've got such small stop losses and to play with. Yeah.
It happens.
I've doubled many accounts. I've turned them up 10 times, but haven't done it with a prop firm yet. But part of the reason for coming on this challenge is I'm readjusting everything in my thinking and I'm going bigger with smaller targets, back to my old style that used to work, and just trying to find a way to make it work with a prop firm that are really fundamentally really conservative. So you need a big amount of money that you're making money off, otherwise you're wasting your time in front of the screen.
Yeah, little profits sometimes, you know, especially in Forex where it ranges so much. Sometimes just getting in, getting out. That's how Jordan trades, you know, getting in, getting out, taking your money, and that's it. You're done for the day. You know, I look at that as being a pretty valid way of trading. Whereas some people
Yeah.
like to swing. I personally find it swinging positions is just not in my type of trading. But
I'm a mixture of both, but you know, to be able to do, if you're only going to trade for a short amount of time, man, you need $500,000 you're going to trade with. You know, you can't muck around with $5,000. You know,
yeah, $5
not
in
enough.
trading isn't really going to do much. And in trading, it takes money to make money. That's just how it is. Unfortunately,
It does.
Yeah.
And how about you, Nabaf? How long have you been trading?
Basically, I started trading somewhere around 2019. I didn't know much about it. I was just learning. So for now, I was trading on my own with about £1,000. I will lose it. I trade again about another £1,000. I will lose it. But somewhere 2021, 2022, at least I learned a lot about the market, went to Forex Factory, and then baby clips to at least learn the fundamentals to understand how things are going. And then I came to understand that it's all about risk management and discipline.
Yeah,
So,
it is, which is going to be put to a test in this competition here, risk management and money management, because you've got 60 minutes to perform. And I'm intrigued to see if we've had any early doors. We have. Nabaf's come out firing. He's come out firing with a couple of positions here. What are we looking at? The Aussie dollar, US dollar, and the Great British Pound, US dollar?
On the open, dollar is looking pretty weak. You just had, obviously, euro. Wow, everything against the dollar is just pumping up at the moment.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And I finally got my win on euro dollar, Jordan, finally.
You still holding it?
No, I actually got taken out and then got back in.
Yeah. Oh, that could work.
Yeah, got taken out, got back in, and then finally got to where I wanted it to go.
No, well done. And how about you, Kev? Pulled the trigger on any positions? Yep, he has. He's entered here on US dollar, Japanese yen. I've got so many questions, Kev. You've got a wild setup that I've not seen here before.
It looks like an interesting setup. You know, you look at it and it's like so sexy setup. You know, that's kind of nice. The screen is very nice. Something about it is just like really, really interesting. Kev, you got to explain to us what you're looking at here. What you've got on the. I see you've got like the New York Open, and you've got all like the sessions, and then you've got the EMAs, and it looks like. Yeah, just tell us what's going on this screen. It's very interesting.
Okay. Well, if you, I'll just change it to 15 minutes because that's the easiest to explain it.
Yeah.
The 26 EMA on the 15-minute chart, without even changing the chart up to 1 hour and 4 hours, those EAs are roughly telling me where the price is in relation to that time frame. Okay. Mm-hmm. So if we went and had a look, the price would be just crossing over the Aussie US on the 4 hour. But I'm on the 15-minute here. Let's see how it's just crossing here.
Yep.
So we go to the 4 hour, and the 26 has just got crossed. See?
Yep.
But I'm still on the 15-minute chart, and I know what's happening on the 4 hour chart. So that's what those lines are about, roughly.
Yeah.
You know, and don't get hung up on, 10 pips, 20 pips here and there, but that's the gist of it. And the little screen down here, right? That's a thing called Rumwise. You can buy them. They're very, for the amount of software that's involved in it, it's very reasonable when he has these specials. And you can see on the 7, the 26, the 84, and then it's telling me what's happening with the slope on the 7 across those time frames. See? Is the 7 over or under the 26 across those time frames? So I can see a snapshot of what's going on, And it's something I've just been refining, and this I know guys go on about order books and linking, value gaps and all the rest of it, but if you think about it, everywhere these things cross over, right, love them or hate them, that's where those pressure points are that everybody looks for anyway. So once it's turned up here, the logical targets are in this region somewhere, right? It's already gone past there, so London will most probably do its usual thing and throw up some false starts. But it's a bit of a shame because, see, that's taken off before London, so I can't get in now. It's too late. I'll wait and see on the Aussie US. I'm in Aussie US actually on my live account. A couple of accounts I'm keeping an eye on over here, but for this comp I can't get in now up there. I'll be looking maybe to a reversal. What's happening on the gold? Same thing really. I'm sort of a bit stuck at the moment with the ones I got on the screen. I might go and have a look, see what else. But see this one here, that's all those. I've got those on one screen.
That's like your overview, yeah? That's like the overview of everything that's going on.
Yeah, of the ones that you're allowed on Fivers.
Nice.
So that one's all red. That one, pretty much that one. So it's telling me what's happening on those time frames, on those parameters that we just touched on.
How would you? So you come into the market. You're waking up. You're getting your start of your day sorted. You open up this window, and what do you take from this window? What makes you okay? Now I'm seeing, let's say pound Aussie is, bearish. I'm just gonna. How do you take that information, and what do you do with that information once you get into your trading routine?
Generally, I'm only looking at, say, gold and maybe one other pair. But with that new trading thing that I was just talking about, trying to, go harder and shorter. So really, I'm looking at the longer time frames to still be long, right? Not many. There's one, the US Jippy that I just got in, right? So on the longer time frames, it's mostly green, right?
Yep.
It's temporarily red.
So that would be like pullbacks. If the higher time frame is all green, then you'll be looking at a pullback maybe on the lower time frame. So that could be an interesting point for you to look at it to get in. Yeah.
Yep. So that's what I just did here, right?
Cool. I can see.
I haven't got a proper signal yet to go long, but I'm waiting because I like to see the 7 turn up the slope.
Yeah.
Or the 26. But it's hit the 104, so that's worth a go, with a reasonably short stop here. It might turn here. I might come right down here yet. Hey, we'll wait and see. But I've missed the boat for the way I trade on a lot of those, all those greens. But we'll see. We're looking for pullbacks, so fundamentally. So, yeah, or turnarounds.
Yeah, it seems quite an aggressive open, to be honest, especially just before, we've got the inflation coming out today, Jordan? Inflation is...
I'm not going to lie. I've been living under a rock today.
US inflation's coming out, so...
We've got CPI. Yes, we do. Core CPI.
Alex,
yeah, we do.
A little bit.
To be honest, Alex, I don't get hung up on the news.
Yeah.
It can work for me. It can work against me.
Yeah. The only thing with news is if I'm in a position on, let's say, a 15-minute time frame, and there's news coming up, there's quite a big chance that it can take me out of my trade, especially if I've trailed stops. So normally I try to get out before news happens. Otherwise, I end up losing a position that that's the only reason why I'd look at it. But it's really aggressively pushing up.
Run me the process, Alex, of assessing that and then deciding whether or not to stay in or get out of the trade? What's your let's say you're in a position in 2 or 3 hours time, right? You got about a 2-hour window before you land into that CPI data. Let's say you're at break even. What's your thought process here?
If I'm at break even,
Yeah.
Oh, if I'm break even, then fine. I'm just going to close the trade. If it's in profits, and let's say it's a basic break and retest, I see it's broken the prior high, and it's already pushing up to, let's say, a key level that I'm looking at. If it's getting close to the key level, and I know I've got high impact news coming out, then I'll probably just cut it just a little bit short. That's all, and just take the profits. Again, like we said in the trading tavern with Gary Langley, very discretionary is how I can see price action moving. You know, what kind of news, what the sentiment is about. You know, it really does depend. But if it's break even, and I know, to be honest, you might as well just close the trade if it's break even. If it's in a high amounts of profit, then maybe I'll even trail the stops, maybe under the last 15-minute candle, and just see what happens. You know, if it goes to my favor, fantastic, and if it doesn't, then I've still banked some profit. So it really does depend. But when you've got high impact news, you can only get out when the market gets you out. So it's like out of your control, you know. So you can have really good profits and then get slipped.
Back in the sec, guys.
And we've lost. We're losing everyone. What is this? The challenge. This is what? Where's we got?
What is happening?
Me and Jordan, the Bulls versus Bears. We've got people.
Oh
God. Okay. Well, you know what, guys? We're just gonna wait till they come back in, and let's hope they're not in full drawdown. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll come back. Look, I can see Kesman. Nabaf, I think he's there, but he's having some camera issues. He's having some camera issues, so I'll bring him back.
No, mate.
Anyway,
I've got some trades going on the computer over there, and I had to go on the Aussie US. So one just hit profit target, and I wanted to make sure I was protecting the one that's trailing.
That's a very valid reason. I don't know what's happening with Nabaf at the moment. I hope everything's okay with him. But it was very interesting. I don't know what was going on for a second.
I seen him jump up, and I'm assuming the camera was going to fall or something, but then we've lost him. So I don't know if something else has gone on, or I don't know what it is.
We haven't got his screen of his charts, have we?
Nah, he's gone.
Yeah.
I'll give him a chance. We've got 40 minutes of trading right now, Kev. You are just fighting
You are
the
the star of the show. I can pull up Nabaf's trading chart because I can log into the account and I can see what he's doing, and we can do it that way. See what he's because I'm sure he's going to carry on trading.
Yeah.
Hopefully so.
So coming back to these, I call these different places, areas of opportunity, if you like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than order books and all the rest of it. So I'm looking for a certain type of candle, which I call an uppercut or a head stomper. And
original names. I love the head stomper. The head stomper is definitely the
head stomper. Well, head stompers are always going down, and uppercuts are always going up.
I like it.
Okay, we've got Nabaf's trading chart. I can see he is trading right now.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Let me clean the screen because this is all of Ruben's settings up on here.
You do what you need to do, but Kev, keep running us through what you're thinking. But it's good to know that we can still track Nabaf's trading.
Mm.
So you call this an uppercut or a head stomper?
We got to the head stomper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, see on the gold here on the 5 minute, I'm not keen on it because it hasn't moved very far. To see that pivot top there,
I see it. Yeah.
yeah, that's a positive bar, but that's actually a head stomper.
What
Okay.
What is a head stomper?
It's a bar that's made a new high, but hasn't closed above the previous high.
So
Okay.
like a,
And it can be a positive bar like that, or it can be a negative bar, so long as it closes under, the. So the positive ones are great because they give you greater opportunity to get in with a really tight stop.
So just to confirm, a head stomper is where the bar has traded above the previous candle's high. So we printed higher prices, but not closing above the previous candle's high.
Correct. And that gives you the best tight stop. See, that would have got me in about here, and we'd be at 1-to-1 already, maybe more.
Okay.
Whereas, see, like, where's a...
And what? So you like to use this head stomper setup with other elements of analysis like these moving averages?
Yep. And once things have really gone a long way, like, where are we? Let's have a look at the Aussie. If I get a head stomper up here and it's a long way from this lot, I must probably have a go to come back.
Okay.
Now, head stompers are not always, it can be just a bar that's encompassing, your normal power bar, but I don't like them if they're too big because that means I've got too big a stop loss in place to play.
Okay.
I'll just make this slightly bigger here, guys.
yeah.
See here, this one here, I'm putting the cursor around.
Mm-hmm.
That is an uppercut.
Are you a former boxer, Kev?
No.
So
He's just a Friday night pub fighter.
And I feel like it's like, attaching to some kind of prior hobby.
Well, you know why I come up with these names is because the market's a shit fight.
Nice. I like it. Makes it easier to remember setups like that.
Yeah. And I haven't heard of them before, so that's why I called them this.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. But see this one just here that I'm looking at here? Got my cursor going around.
I like that.
See that?
Yep.
It's been lower. I think is that a negative bar? But you see it's closed above the bottom of the previous low.
Yep.
So that's an uppercut.
So
reasonably tight stop, right?
Yep. Where would you put your stop?
Look where the 26 is still sloping up, right? And it's closed above it. So I've got a chance of getting my 3-to-1 here, haven't I? Still got a way to go to get up here.
Yeah. I would actually like that a little bit of a retrace and continuation as one of my trades, and I'd probably take it up to the EMA. And I would have, so I look at similar things as well on the 15-minute, especially that it's found support around that level and it's touched an EMA. So it's interesting how you would look at the same things and you've got in your mind as well different ways of remembering that that's the setup. So that's an uppercut, and for me that's just like a break and retest type of.
Yeah, well, there's 2 or 3 different types of candles that form an uppercut or a head stomper, and I'm looking for the ones that are giving the smallest stop losses. Oh well, see, yeah, hopefully we're going to get some trades coming up.
Yeah. Well, we're currently, and Nabaf is back.
He's returned.
Dun dun dun. We were
My
starting to
network
get a
has
little
messed
bit
me up. I
worried.
couldn't close my trade. Yeah, I couldn't even close my trade. That were all in profits, and now they are all back in losses.
So these are
Oh,
Nabaf's
no.
trade. We got the
We
4
managed-
charts up.
I don't know. My
Yeah, we
internet
managed to
is
pull up
just
your
messing up
account,
today.
assuming you were still trading because we can see the open positions. But what, your internet drop out or something, Nabaf? I think there's some latency.
It is not looking good.
Oh, wow.
That's
I
okay.
feel you, Nabaf. I feel it.
I hope we get some trades going here.
So do we, Kev. So do we.
The thing is, with the trades, I feel Nabaf has. Yeah, we'll see what happens because there's. Yeah.
Well, what are you thinking
But
here,
we're
Alex?
buying
What's going through your mind here?
buying pound against the dollar and then selling pound against Aussie.
All
And
right.
then we'll see what happens. Nabaf, have you got access to the account now?
I think he's gone.
Oh, it's disappeared.
What a day for technical difficulties, eh? Well, this is one of the most interesting episodes we've had.
No, it's been. You know what? That was definitely short material. You know, that was a fantastic. When everything just disappeared, that was a hilarious.
Just me and you wetting ourselves.
I was just because we were in the middle of talking, and just suddenly everybody goes. Kev disappears. Nabaf, you know, looked like he was having an earthquake. It was interesting.
Yeah, you get that. You get.
What made you get into trading, Kev? Because you've been trading longer than both of us. You've been trading for 10 years. Jordan, how long have you been trading for?
7 years.
So I'm around about 5. So
quality of life, and I don't want to go into my life story at the time, but things were tough. You know, after a pretty good, successful life until I was about 55, and or more, closer to 60, and yeah, the big property crash came, and it hurt. So I was looking for ways to get back into business, make some money with stuff or capital.
Yeah, right.
And
when you say
create a lifestyle,
life,
sorry. Yeah, and you know, to create an income, but a quality of life. I started off on the E-minis, for goodness sake, trading through the early hours of the morning, and it's ridiculous. There's no quality of life in that, you know. So that lasted for 3 or 6 months or whatever. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore, you know. So I left that, then found the Forex. Looked into, at the time I was looking at getting into the futures and options and all that, but you need a lot of capital to do it right. So that was off. That went off the boil as well. So yeah, the Forex with the high leverages, 500 to 1 and all that, gave you a chance to get in the game. I'm a big believer in high leverage. Every single broker I've talked to, right, over the years, admits when you put it to them that it's them that's taking the risk, not the trader, if the trader's managing it right. And they prove it by the more capital you get, the more they reduce your leverage available.
Yeah, kind of. If they're an A-book setup, I can understand that. But with
no
most
broker
retail,
giving 500 leverage on an A-book setup.
Yeah,
No
with an A book, they would never offer that. But with a B book, they would do that happy days.
You're
So
1,000.
Yeah, they would be like, come on.
1,000,000 to 1.
Yeah, that would depend on that. So I find it interesting obviously FX attracts people to get in because it costs less, right? It's cheaper. It's the learning curve, I think, is a little bit more beginner friendly when it comes into Forex rather than going straight into equities or options or futures, especially on platform level. I mean, MT4, MT5, some of the easiest things you can ever do. Whereas if you compare that to something like Trade the Pool's using or even options, it's a little bit more confusing. So a bit more beginner friendly. These other asset classes require high amounts of capital to get involved. And I think there should be the exact same mindset getting into Forex. I think it's the same thing. You should still have that amount of capital, that amount of risk management, and go in and reduce on the leverage. From a personal point of view, it's how I see it. I'm not a big fan of high leverage, but I understand that leverage needs to be used in FX because FX moves 0.3% per day depending on the pair, right? So you've got to up your position sizes, but that's just my 2 cents there. I think there's a couple different avenues we can dive into a rabbit hole there, which I'm gonna curb.
Yeah.
Also, well, let me put it this way: if you're in property, right, in business, and you've got $10 million, right, and you can borrow 80% on each product on each project, so you're only putting up $2 million. Or, let's say each product, if you're only putting up 20%, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're able to keep the rest back, say another 20% for your development costs, your cash flow and so on. Leverage is everything. Particularly in property, it's no different.
Fair
and
enough.
This game is it's all about leverage, it makes no sense to me if I can control 5 properties instead of 1 with the same amount of money, right? That's leverage.
But would you say it's a lot safer to hold onto an asset where you've got the equity there? So when you're trading a derivative like a CFD, where your money is gone literally like that and you're not getting it back. Whereas a property, your equity is in that property. And if you need to sell it, you can still get out and you can still get the money back. That's where I would say the leverage is same kind of thing. It gives you the ability to buy something that you couldn't prior have, but the risk is definitely not the same.
And it's also important.
I can put $1,000 into the Forex market with 500 to 1, right? Let's say I've got 10,000 and I risk 1,000 at 500 to 1. I've still only risked $1,000.
Yeah.
And I can liquidate as quick as pushing the button, which you can't do in property. Trust me.
Yeah.
When you need to sell, you can't sell. Leverage managed correctly is brilliant.
Yeah.
Also risky. Because if we have a big drop, an unprecedented event, you don't just lose what you've put into that account. You owe money and it goes rapid. And especially if you get a big drop, if you're massively leveraged to 20% of your portfolio is the only cash you have, and all of your equity not only gets wiped, which it can in especially trading CFDs, but go negative 2, 3, 4 times fold, you owe that. Right. And that's what a lot of people don't understand about leverage, especially trading CFDs. If that market were to, it doesn't matter where your stop is, it'll take it. And
Euro Swissy, good example. Not Euro Swissy. Euro Swissy.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Euro
Swiss franc
Swissy,
20. What time? What 2014 was it?
2015.
Should I pull it up?
It broke its peg.
It lost its peg. That's right.
People all trying to buy that one level. I can't believe it was like obviously the peg to the 1-for-1, and they released saying that they weren't going to keep the peg, and then all of a sudden a cascade of liquidations. But then again, is anybody going to chase you across the world to get, to pay money back to the broker? Are they really going to do that?
It depends on the account you're trading with.
The...
If you've got 10K, 20K worth of equity and you get an event like that on the Swiss franc where you're going to owe maybe 10 times what you originally risked, maybe even more, you could be on a 10K account be owing upwards of 150 grand easily. And especially in an event like that, if it's a B book or an A book, they're going to come hunting. I don't know a single broker that's going to leave 150 grand sitting on the table.
Not if they can't pay for their legal fees.
Yeah.
Broke. Yeah, I get that.
The way I see it, it's just the same as any business. You're in trouble, man. When it goes tits up like that, those black swan events, if you like, So in the meantime, be positive, manage it correctly, and use it.
It's a good way, yeah.
When if you're going to go down the shitter, excuse my French,
it's okay.
You might as well go down for something, not just pennies.
Good way of looking at it. I love the fair enough. It's like when Luna, collapse of Luna, a crypto coin. That was last year now. Was it last year? Yes, it was definitely last year now. Collapse of Luna, and we saw it go down 90% in a day. And there's people that put $1 million in. The famous influencer, that KSI guy as well, put $1 million in, and it went down to nothing, like pence. That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, but imagine he leveraged that position. Imagine he bought 10 million with that 1 million. When it drops down, he didn't just lose his $1 million position; he lost another 9.
Yeah, bro. Lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, how's your trading going?
Let's have a look.
It's not good, mate. It's the timing's been very bad tonight for getting into trades.
That's the joy of a little competition.
It's what it is. Yep, it's what it is. It's pretty hard to trade for an hour, rather than sit and wait for an hour.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's what it is. Yeah.
It's
why we're here. That's why we're here, eh?
It is. Bulls and bears.
Yeah.
No, let's pop over to this chart as well, Jord, and we'll see what's going on here. So I know he's got a couple of positions on. He's adding to positions as well. So we've got, oh God.
This is your first time?
It's my first time ever using MT5, guys. Okay, we've got pound positions, and we've got a couple at Euro and Aussie. Oh, we're adding more.
Oh, we are. He's still trading.
We are adding more. He's still trading.
Interesting to see that he's the lot sizes he's using here are oddly specific.
I don't see any stop losses, so I don't know. Yeah, very specific, but I don't see any stop losses on the positions. So I don't know how the risk is getting calculated at the moment. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But he's going for it. He's got a couple of positions opening. What is he net down 400 so far?
Yeah, this position here, the pound Aussie looks, to be honest, on the 1 minute anyway, looks pretty bullish. The 5 minute looks pretty bullish.
You know what that means? Kev, go sell the pound Aussie. Every time Alex has called, an asset, it's gone the other way. Go short the pound Aussie.
You know what? I'd be buy here, to be honest. Probably not right now. I'll probably be buying around about this if it comes.
Because we've spoken about this, the whole Euro Swiss franc drop twice in like 3 days or something, Alex, you and I. It was on the 14th of January, 2015. There you go. 14th of January 2015.
I wish I was trading back then to see that. I wish I was in front of the screens just to watch it, just to feel the energy. When you feel in the office, when there's something big going on and you feel it in the office, it's like it's euphoric sometimes, the feeling. When Luna was going down and we were all in the office, we were all staring at that $1 mark. We were in a meeting at the time and we were all talking about it. It was absolutely crushing. And I said to Mickey, I think we should buy at $1. And he was like, let's do it. And then as soon as he said, let's do it, Saul was like, all right, buy me some as well. And then we were, okay, buy me some. So we're all buying on Binance. We were waiting, got to $1, straight from $1 went to $3. I got out at like $4. Mickey somehow holds it to $6 and then sells at the top. I don't know how the guy.
Man's got nerves to steal that.
He's like, we put quite a lot in. Obviously, Sal and Ruben dipped their toes in. I was being a bit of a degenerate, and I put quite a bit in, and Mickey also put quite a bit in. And we left the day with a few grand in our pocket afterwards. But I don't know how Mickey gets at the top. Like, yeah,
reading order flow, no?
He's the reading order flow. He was just like, Alex, you buy it because it was on my Binance account. He's like, Alex, you buy the thing, and I'll give you the money back or whatever. So I was like, okay, how much do you want? He's told me how much he wants. Go in. He goes off doing meetings and stuff, and I'm staring at the chart doing it. I'm like, okay, I'm happy with getting out at $3. So I get out of at $3 and
triple your money.
And I'm like, Mickey, do you want to sell? He's like, no. I'm like, all right, then whatever. No, Mickey, do you want to sell? Nah. I'm like, Mickey's at $6. And he's like, go on then. I'm happy with that. And I was like, okay, whatever. $6 out. As soon as it tanks all the way back down. He didn't even buy me a beer.
That is the
he didn't buy me a beer. He didn't even buy me a beer. I was like, man, I literally acted like your broker right now, and you didn't even give me commission. What is going on?
Yeah, where's the rebates? Come on, he's made you a couple grand.
Yeah, no, but to be in all fairness to him, he put it in FTX. He put it into. I told him to put it in FTX because FTX is a good, strong platform, and he lost it in FTX.
Yep.
He got stuck in FTX, and FTX also blew up, and he lost all of that because it's stuck on FTX. Don't know if he can get it back now, but that's
so you owe him
wild. Crypto is wild.
I need to do some digging into that.
That would be a really interesting
in crypto. I've dipped my toes in like a while back, and it was only trading XRP. And that's what I dipped my toes in for a bit more of a long-term stuff. We made a bit of money in Dogecoin just for a bit of a laugh as it was all going. I was like, screw it, go on then, put $1,000 in there, just leave it there for a couple of years. But no, I've never. I know plenty of people that really trade properly in the crypto world, and on a very large professional standard as well. And
yeah,
I don't know. I've never looked into it. I've always seen it as that degen world. It's always caught me as like,
volume profiles, like all of like VWAPs and things like that. They work fantastically on crypto. And the way that you trade as well, using volume and volume profiles, I think you'll find it's very directional. At the moment, it's a bit choppy, but it is very directional. It works a little bit like equities when it's it's very directional.
Right. Okay. Just to give everyone a quick run through, because we were talking about it, you can see that on my screen here, guys. This is that Euro Swiss franc chart, right? So this is on the daily chart. This is a daily chart. Yes, that's right.
What do you think of that? That's a good day if you're short, but you would never get paid out if you were short.
Yeah.
Nobody.
It closed it down 19%. This is currencies, by the way, in one day. Down 19%. That's a 2,274 pip move. I believe, I think it's US dollar Swiss franc dropped 4,000 pips or maybe Aussie dollar Swiss franc. One of them dropped a good 4,000. Look at that. You imagine swing trading this stuff and
imagine you were like, yeah, that long, my longs, I'm in a swing trade long. This is going amazingly, you know. Wake up, and it's like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
You remember when that happened? That I was trading when it happened, but
Wow,
it was a lot of brokers actually got in trouble that day, right?
not surprised.
can imagine
You
so.
know? There was a lot of bailing out going on, right?
Yeah.
And different takeovers and whatnot and so on, you know, in the aftermath of that, just the damage from that.
Yeah.
So it's not just us guys that can get worked over. It's brokerages can get dealt to as well, right?
Look at what happened with GameStop. With all of them, obviously there was a lot of institutionals, you know, shorting GameStop, and they got absolutely obliterated.
That was a directed attack, though. That they looked at, oh, this hedge fund is shorting this. Everyone go buy it because they're shorting it, and that was just, yeah.
It's all these meme stuff. It's like Pepe as well. There is a Pepe. All of these memes that people are just like jumping in. Fantastic little pumps, man. But you got to be a bit of a degenerate as well to do it, like. And I'm definitely on that side. I bought a little Pepe as well, and that was a fun little thing. But you know, you gotta be always with your like ear to the ground. You always gotta be like on Reddit. You've got to be on Twitter all the time, and you've got to be on top of things if you want to catch little things like this.
Kev, pulling in some profits here, mate.
Yep.
Was he 10 lots long? That's what
10
we're
lots
talking
long.
about.
It's you know, business is risky. Everybody that's in business is a risk taker. Everywhere.
Yep.
Well said.
And a lot of people say, oh, you're a gambler. I say, well, everybody in business is a gambler. You know, it's about managing the risk as best you can, right? Trading's no different. It's just a business.
What's
It can be pretty brutal.
Yeah, I feel like trading, if you do it if you really get into the mindset of a business, then it has a lot of opportunity for, you've got so many different avenues in trading as well. There's so many different ways of making money in trading. You don't actually have to put a chart up and make buys and sells or anything like that, you know, to make money in trading. There's so many different avenues. There's courses, there's content, there's, you know, podcasts, there's, you know, so many different coaching signals. There's so many different ways of making money in trading. So it's risky. I think everything has a little bit of risk, but
all business is a risk.
What, you know? If you don't mind me asking,
business prepared to gamble and take a risk, or no one would have a freaking job.
If you don't mind me asking, Kev, what were you doing before trading? What was your business, or what were you doing before?
I've done all kinds, mate. Had all kinds of little businesses. When things went wrong was in property investment and property development in 2008. And we had basically it was a black swan event where the property market got hit like the share market can from time to time. It was horrific, like 40%. It wasn't your normal 10%. So it blew. It did the Swissy, you know. It blew through plan A, B, and C in a matter of a month. In New Zealand here, the buyers went away for Christmas in 2007 and never came back. And we had a bunch of properties that were all nearly finished and no one to sell them to. So, you know, it's what it is. And yeah, to give an example, in Rotorua here where I live, there was in June and July they're averaging about 180 sales a month. In 2008 they were averaging 30
sales.
compare with 180 the year before. It was a catastrophic event, with the subprime mortgages and all the rest of it all turning to crap, and the only people getting bailed out of the banks, never mind the little people, It's,
Yeah.
it's and timing is everything sometimes, just like with trading, isn't it? You can have your best plans in place, but timing just gets you sometimes, It's, councils can stuff you up big time. It's supposed to take a year to put a project in place, and it ends up taking 2. And suddenly, that rubber band's been stretched, and you got overlaying, developments and so on. And it's just what it is, It's
Well, it's like the Swissy incident, the Euro Swissy. I know obviously all of these brokers that got messed up, but when it happened with 2008, it's not brokers, it's funds, it's your pension, it's banks, it's investment firms, it's literally like everything that is holding up the whole economy. So that was a crazy event, and we'll probably see something like that again. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. So all the more reasons to have less of your own money in the game, if you can.
What would
look at your prop firms. When you think about it, what are prop firms for?
Yeah.
Leveraging to make your own.
No, let's be honest. If you don't have $300,000, you go and you play the prop firm game, with much smaller risk tolerances, but it's there to do.
Prop firms, as you said, is leverage. That's what it is. A prop firm gives you leverage for your skill. You've got a skill, go to a prop firm, get paid for that skill, put it into your own account, compound that, and it's just another way of making money out of actually trading.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And it's kind of interesting because different firms, like Fiverr's is fantastic. They offer different structures, so you can work your methodology around those structures, right? And come up with a plan, a business plan about how to deal with it. And I've still been tweaking that, trying find the best way to deal with it.
There's a couple of different positions on here. Some of them are doing really well. You've got the Euro, got 3 lots on the
back
Euro.
in. I mean, running equity, he's only down $30.
Yeah, because he's got nearly 3.25 lots on Euro Kiwi, which is holding up the account. It's just it's hedged a little bit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How are your positions going, Kev? Are you looking healthy?
No, I'm underwater by about $100.
That's not bad.
Considering all the losses I've had, it's not too bad.
Well, we're into the final 9 minutes here. And once again, Alex, we're seeing this come very close together in the final 10 minutes. It seems to be a very common. We can go like Bollinger Bands. We can spread out throughout the trading session. Come into the final 5 minutes, it gets real tight. And it's looking like we're going to see a similar thing go down now.
We can see. I reckon we're going to see Kev take this one. If I'm honest, unless something in the next 9 minutes happens, and maybe if he has a bit of a retracement, then he's going to be in a bit of problems. But I don't see.
I run out of margin ages ago, so.
Run out of margin. How many positions you got open?
Well, he's got gold, so don't forget gold is obviously more.
There you go. Yeah, $100,000 worth of gold. No, sorry, $1 million worth of gold.
A milli.
1.5 mil.
What?
Come on, gold. Get moving. $1
million. 1.5 million worth. I got to ask, where did this calling the Swiss franc the Swissy come from? Because I've never heard of that before, but I've heard you both saying it today.
The Swissy, I don't like. it's maybe an English thing, but then again, I don't know because Kev's saying it as well. I've always called, the Swiss the Swissy. I don't know where. I don't know where it's like, where have I picked up cable from? Cable, I think that's just the way that you call pound. That's the way English people, especially older English people like Scruff and some of the older traders, that's what they would call cable. That's what they would call pound dollar. A lot of the new generation call it GU.
You know why they called it cable though, right?
Yeah, it was for, well, go on, you say, because I don't want to mess it up. So
it was a cable that ran between London and New York.
There you go. That's exactly what I was going to say. Everyone.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say something similar, but not quite that. No, I was going to say something. I was probably going to mess it up and botch it up. But that's how I've been calling it cable for, since I've been trading.
Yeah, it all depends on who I'm talking to, what language I use, whether it's cable or GU. Or 9 times out of 10, I'll just call it the pound. If I say I'm trading the pound, I'm against the US dollar. I'm not. If I'm trading the pound, I'm trading it against the dollar. I think most people just understand that pretty clearly. But I just never heard Swissy, so I was like, where's the Swissy coming from?
The Swissy sounds like little nicknames for pairs. It's nice.
Start coming up with some Trade Delicious nicknames for different assets.
That's what you got to do. Yeah. Let's
the D-gens,
We'll have to do a book of slang for Trade Delicious.
I'm interested.
Let's have a look and see what's going on.
Looking healthy. $1,200. Looking at closing all positions. Look at this. He's at the ready.
Not a bad idea, mate.
Well, we only got a couple of minutes. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. We've got 5 minutes and 40 seconds right now. You are sitting pretty comfortable, I think. What's the P&L of Nabaf so far?
$66.
So he's up. He's up a little bit. You're up about 300. It's reasonably tight. The thing is,
risks. Are you going to
risk analysis here, Kev? You're in the lead by a margin. Does he sit shop and say it's enough, or does he keep that equity running in the market with the potential drop down? What do you reckon?
I'm keeping a real close eye on the gold, mate.
What are you looking for exactly?
Well, it could easily go up quite a lot more still. So, and if you notice, there's a couple of uppercuts have formed there. So, I'm in the slopes are heading back north. So, I'm encouraged to hang in there just for the moment.
Okay. Alex, I'm going to need you to close Nabaf's positions when it comes to it. Just be ready for that when I do the countdown, because he's not here. So he can't hear us give it the X. So I'm going to need you to be able to close them.
Yep. Yeah. It's been an interesting one today.
It has. It has. A little bit different. We've only had one guest.
Yeah.
Well, at least I'm encouraged to be in a couple of positions that putting my money where my mouth was earlier about my head uppercuts and head stompers. Okay. So it might turn again. Gold's been awful to me for weeks. So it's been a real messy show.
I've never been into trading gold. Don't know why. Never been into trading gold.
I don't touch it.
In the past, I've had a lot of success with it, but for a couple of months now, it's been a struggle.
Yeah, CFD gold is pretty volatile. It's a fast mover as well, so I can see why people like trading it. But yeah,
I have to wake up on Saturday morning and say, "That's it. I'm not trading gold again next week."
Say the same about going out for a couple of drinks with the lads. Oh, never drinking again after that. Never.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same sort of hangover on Saturday morning with gold.
A gold hangover.
That is a beauty position you've got running, Kev, there. Well done for holding it too, not letting us get in your ear. We're crossing over the 2:30 mark, so we're getting real close now into the knuckle time of exiting or entering these positions.
These positions are also starting to fly.
Are they?
Wow, 200 got about $200 up.
Oh, this is going to be tight. This is going to be really tight.
We'll see what happens. Nah, Kev's got this one. If he, yeah.
If you get in his ear, you're trying to get in his ear there, Alex.
Nah, he's way past. In what, the next 30 seconds, isn't it? Or what, next minute?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Yeah, probably a lot can happen in a minute, but not that much, unless Black Swan event. Dun dun dun.
Then we'll have him with Soul.
Yeah, that's very true. Actually, that is very true. He was in a fantastic position, and then as soon as we got off the stream, it went his way straight away.
Are you trading today, Alex?
I got out that position now to hit my TP euro.
Mr. Risk Management's just pulled his positions.
Oh, yep. There you go. Nice.
Locked it in. What are we on? $634 US profit?
Yeah, that was hard work.
Great stuff, Ken.
It
nice.
is.
Really.
It was about $1,400 a few seconds ago. Although I'm not losing anymore. Oh, here we go. But anyway, nah. Profit's a profit.
Profit is a profit.
In Gary Langley's words, as long as you've got 0 to 1. That's how he says it, isn't it? We need.
You're gonna need to rephrase that.
Yeah, it was like,
as long as you finish the week with more than you started.
There you go.
That what you're trying to say?
0 to 1. Yeah. He does it in such in a way that it just makes sense when he says it, and when I say it, I just botch it up. So we got to get Gary Langley on here. Why haven't we got Gary Langley on here?
I think he would yell at us for making traders battle it out for about an hour. I think he would get very upset. I think he would.
To be honest, it's completely and utterly upside down from what Fivers preach.
Pull the positions, Alex.
Oh God! Oh,
I lost track of the time. But pull the positions.
I was like, wait, hold on a second. It's an hour. Okay.
All right, Kev, locking in $634.24. Alex, do us the honors.
Oh, you showed the screen.
Oh,
there you go. He's up $198. And here are some of the positions. Most of them pretty break even, but that Euro Kiwi was a really nice trade.
Yeah, very nice. What a shame we couldn't ask him about his methods and how he went about it. But geez, it's pretty good going for both traders to finish up in profits here. It's not very often that can happen. Yeah, Kev, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're just filled of energy.
You are going to the next round, Kev.
Okay. Like I said, this competition is the toughest one. I've done all right in competitions over a month in the past with different companies, but this one's completely different. And the reason I decided to put myself out here to do this was I actually had a chat with Alex a couple of weeks, and I'm rewiring the thinking, the brain, about how I'm approaching this prop firm thing, because the break-even purgatory with being too conservative is not working. The commissions and all the costs are killing me. So I've got to get into a mindset of how I used to trade, was more aggressively, and just keep copping the short stops, but I'm going to have more on, a bit like I was tonight. I was loaded up. I won't be as loaded up as that, of course, but that's the psychology that's coming back and turning around again. So what I want to do is get about $1 million under the prop firms, minimum $500,000, and then I don't care how conservative I've got to be. I just adjust the numbers accordingly. I want to, to pull my blinking 10 grand a month out of it, or 20 grand a month out of it to make my time worthwhile.
Yeah.
But you got to get the big numbers up there first, and you got to be aggressive to get them. I've had some boot camp ones that I've been too conservative with for too long, and frankly, it just gets too frustrating. It's not. I've come to the point now. I've got to cross that line.
The majority of people getting funded happens in the first week. The majority of people getting funded. I can tell you that from statistics that we've got. First week, 2 weeks maximum. On a rare case, people are doing for months and months, rare cases. So that's what we see, and I think other firms are probably seeing the same thing.
Yeah.
So if you've got the skill and you know how to trade, I think then going in and you're being a little bit more aggressive to pass, there's nothing wrong with that, because as soon as you up the risk and you get funded, then you lower the risk as well.
That's it.
It can be a little bit frustrating when you're just on a demo account or you're doing a two-phased program. So I can understand that, but also, it really depends on you, and if that's the way that you want to go, then do it, I guess. Jordan,
it's taken quite a while for it to get through my thick head that's the better way to approach it now. I've had a guts full of this being too conservative.
Disclaimer though, only if you go with A-class setups. Obviously, you're not putting 2% risk on just a random trade that because you're bored you're just doing it on. But if you've got an A-class setup and you're really being picky with what you're doing, then there's no reason why you can't just add a little bit of risk to those trades.
There's no way I'm going to be risking 2% on a trade.
Fair enough.
Nuts.
Definitely agree with you.
4% stop loss to knock you out of the game. That's crazy. But I could risk 0.2%.
That's conservative.
Well, we only can lose 4%. You don't have to lose a lot of trades, and suddenly you're underwater. So it's a matter of getting it right. It's interesting you say most traders qualify in a week. Most of them are lucky.
To be honest, some of the most experienced traders that got a lot of funding, they pass within the week, they get the big account, and then they do it again. And you can't really. Sometimes you can say it's lucky, but when they're consistently doing it, it's
no, I'm not those guys. I'm talking about the majority. If you've got 1,000 traders and 900 of them, passing in a week, those odds, that doesn't sound right unless there's a lot of luck in it.
I think we could dive down a rabbit hole and talk on this for about another hour, because I have a different perspective to what you two do. So I'm not gonna. I think you can tell by me just
time to listen to Jordan's perspective, because I actually really want to know. But do you want to go
next episode? We'll run through it next episode.
We'll be here.
Yeah, we'll the Bears. We'll do it next episode. Kev, congratulations. Well done for trading so well. Well done for sticking by and not letting Alex get in your head. Well done for beating the far, and we'll see you in the next round. It was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, guys.
See you later, Kev.
Awesome.
Bye.
Cheers, guys.
Hey guys, Jordan here. Just wanted to send you a personal little thank you for sticking around and watching us here at Trade Delicious. If you did enjoy the content, consider subscribing. Everything we do here is completely free. And of course, we have some other video suggestions here which you might love. We will see you in the next video.